fans, of course, of the Indian Grand Prix will see one of the legends of the world of motorsport racing in flesh and blood for the very last time. I'm talking about German F1 legend and seven-time world champion Michael Schumacher, who's decided to call it quits at the start of the month. And of course, he still promises to be one of the biggest draws at the Buddh International Circuit. Schumacher's second stint in F1 after coming back from retirement in 2010 to drive for the Mercedes Grand Prix team hasn't really gone down quite as well as he himself maybe would have thought. But despite that, he's still the biggest name in the sport and still one of the biggest attractions at any Grand Prix. All right, Arman, let's get you into the conversation straight away. Michael Schumacher, of course, we all know that this is now like almost like a farewell lap for him the last few races ever since he's announced his retirement. He's still the biggest draw, isn't he, in the world of motorsports?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, by far, in the amount he's done for the sport, the amount he's achieved in the sport is just tremendous. I don't personally, I don't see it being achieved for a long time again, you know. I mean, he's been one of the best brand ambassadors the sport has ever had, and it's a shame that he's finally decided to call it quits. But he's 43, and I think, you know, whatever people may say, a 43-year-old finishing on the podium and being consistent enough, you know, and matching his teammate who's like half his age is superb and sublime. So I mean, a legend. We have been blessed to see a legend, and this is his last few races. So hopefully he gets some really good results and goes out on a high note.
Yogendra, talking off that high note, he hasn't really created much of a splash since coming back. Do you think that's maybe taken away a little bit from his legacy? Because we saw Lance Armstrong do the same thing. We've seen others, you know, legends of their various sports come back and not been quite the same.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest question marks. Should he have come back?
Yeah.
Given that he was hoping that he'd get a car because Ross Brawn, his team principal is the same as he was there with him in Ferrari as well. So we were expecting that the car would be tailor-made to his driving style and his expertise of, if he gets a car that is good to his driving style, other people might struggle in that car and they might, not do well. But Schumacher just runs away, as we've seen with so many of his Ferrari titles. So, yeah, I mean, it's a big question mark. Ideally, the last three races, we should see him on the podium at least. That will be really good. And I hope he can make it there.
Arman, anything special you'd like to see maybe from the motorsport fraternity, from the F1 fraternity over these last few races that are now left to honor Michael Schumacher once again as he calls it quits again?
I mean, they did it the last time when he decided to call it quits at Brazil. And I'm sure they would plan something again because, like I said, he's a legend, and they will definitely honor in some way or the other. And I'm sure he will be around the pits for the years to come, and wouldn't leave it entirely.
No, absolutely.